All right. Question 2. How do I overcome sexual sin when it feels so good in the moment, but I feel guilty a day or so later? One more time. How do I overcome sexual sin when it feels so good in the moment, but I feel guilty a day or so later?
That's the cycle of a sexual sin. How can I put it? It entices you, it intrigues you, then all of a sudden you engage with it, then all of a sudden it leaves you empty. Then when you're left empty, now you don't even feel like going to God because you done made that sin. And then all of a sudden, well, I got to feel good again. Then you go back to it because that's what your reference point is. But I always tell people the best way to overcome sin is to love the one you're sinning against more than the sin. You have to starve it. It's a bad day to put this because y'all got Krispy Kreme donuts, but basically my schedule changed next week, so I won't be working as congested as I used to, so I'll be able to work out more, and I'll be able to lose. I'm 270-something pounds right now. I got to lose at least about a good 30 pounds. I'm getting heavy. But that's none of your business, probably. That's probably too much information. But what I'm trying to say is that in order for me, I love honey buns, man. I love donuts beyond the love of a woman. No, I'm joking. Just joking. That's what the Bible says that. The Bible says that. I'll just play on words. But anyway, but in order for me to get to my result, I got to starve what used to have me, right? In order for the why has to be stronger than what's now. If I don't have a why on the reason why I want to let this go, I won't let this go. What helped me overcome pornography, what helped me come over sexual sins was I'm going to have to be married one day. And I always say this line, what I practice in my single life is what I'm going to perform in my married life. People think that just because I say I do, you're going to be straight. When you say I do, you ain't going to want to listen, man, I work at the YMCA. Them girls, it's springtime. They wearing leggings right now. You know what I'm saying? They wearing short shorts. If I'm not prepared, I can easily open the door for lust to come in. Lust is not just something that hits you with a porn addiction. Lust starts off with a wandering eye, an untamed eye. A heart that's relaxed or loose, a heart that's just not relentless about making sure it progresses. And when a person's not relentless about progressing over a sin, if you really want to overcome it, you will. But the best way to do it is to starve it. What am I allowing in my life right now that's allowing this sin to thrive? So what happened to me with pornography, man, I had to go tell some people about it. You know what I'm saying? I had to make sure. I used to tell my mom, I said, man, just cut the internet off. You got to go through great lengths to make sure you don't fall in it. You're not just going to stop doing the sin. Listen, you done built up an appetite for it. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to replace that appetite with a better appetite. And I tell people idle hands is the devil's playground. You see what I'm saying? You got to get busy. The one thing that keeps me from falling into that sin is my purpose. Because I know for a fact, man, if I go out there and start sleeping around and first I got a lot to lose. You see what I'm saying? If I start getting out there, and you know the internet age makes the world small. So all of a sudden, if a girl flies in to Charlotte and I mess around with her, she can easily Instagram and take a picture of me and put me out there, I lose everything. So the big why, and many people think, well, God is the main reason. Don't lie to yourself. The main reason is almost a selfish reason because I don't want to embarrass myself, but the ultimate thing is I don't want to embarrass God and lose everything I worked hard for. And I'm telling you, man, the greatest sin that we do is a sexual sin because the Bible says that's against your body. When you awaken love before it's time, man, I'm telling you, that thing will build an appetite because sex is good. Man, listen, man, sex was created by God. God invented sex, you know, despite what Trey Songz may say. You see what I'm saying? God invented it. But with that being said, he knows for a fact that sex is so powerful, sex is so potent, that if anybody who's immature tastes it, they'll never want to taste what's good for them again. Give a kid Kool-Aid. That kid ain't gonna want no water no more because it's built the appetite for something artificially sweeter. You see what I'm saying? All of a sudden, why do you think it leaves you empty? Sex in a marriage where both the husband and wife is submitted to God, I guarantee, and I can't wait to enjoy it, it's going to be, the core of it is not going to be lust, it's going to be love. Most of the sex that's happening out there is nothing but lust and selfishness. So to answer your question on how do I overcome sin when it feels good, first develop your why. Number two, find out who God really is to you. And make sure you cut everything. Listen, man, Tell somebody. Don't tell your business to everybody. Like, man, girl, you heard about what she do. You heard what he. You just gotta say, you know what, God, surround me with the right counsel, and don't be afraid to be held accountable. Don't be afraid to be held accountable, because iron sharpens iron. The reason why we're not being sharpened, we're around a bunch of dull knives. You see what I'm saying? If you want to do better, you'll do better. If you want to, it's not going to be easy in the beginning. Bro, fellas, I'm a living testament, man. I went from watching porn often to watching porn sometimes to barely watching it and to eventually not watching it at all. It's a process. Some people may be able to wake up the next day and be done with it. But some of us who have some needs, you know what I'm saying? 30-some-year-old virgin, man, hey, man, it's real talk, man. Hey, it's just a struggle out here. But there's a purpose far greater than my struggle. But when you start believing the struggle and woe is me, God, can I get some? God, I just need some. I need someone to hold me. Then you'll find yourself sinking deeper and deeper into a sin that's very hard to get out without God. So I'm telling you, man, it's not worth it, man. Like, I mean, am I tempted sometimes? Yeah, man, but I got to stay on guard, bro. Like, I got to fight this good fight of faith relentlessly. So I can sit there and give you a 5-step plan on how to change your internet, make it low speed dial up so video won't load up in time. I could tell you all those different things, but what I will tell you is it starts with your desire. If you want to stop, hey man, that's real talk, man. If you want to stop, you shouldn't ask these questions. If you really want to stop, you'll stop. You see what I'm saying? Find some women, find some men, men to men, women to women. Well, find some good accountability of people who've overcame it, because it's hard to overcome something when both of y'all start struggling. Because it's hard to sharpen somebody when you know you got private sins. If I'm trying to help a brother overcome something I know I got a problem with, it's going to be very hard for me to try to help him overcome because I'm still struggling with it myself. So that's my about $6.48 on that.
No. Can I see a question?
Okay. And man, listen, man, sin will always leave you feeling guilty, man. Say that one more time.
If it was so good, it wouldn't make you feel guilty.